Terrorism hits home. The FBI now calling Saturday's attack at Crossroads Center Mall in St. Cloud a possible act of terrorism. A member of the local Somali community has been identified as the suspect, Dahir Aden. Aden stabbed 10 people at the mall before he was shot and killed by an off-duty Avon police officer. That's right. An ISIL-run news agency claims Aden was a soldier of the Islamic State. The federal authorities haven't confirmed that, saying that the motive is unknown. Yeah, the attack itself is horrifying, but for the Somali and Muslim communities, there's an extra layer of fear. They have a fear of retaliation. That's right. Our Dylan Woolenhouse has been in St. Cloud and been covering this story all weekend. He joins us now to talk more about what we know about the investigation, the case, the feelings in the community right now. And Dylan, I got to ask you what the community does feel. Is there sort of a fissure between different folks right now, or is there a sense of unity?
Well, there is that sense of unity, Chris, because the biggest thing that they're trying to get out in front of is this claim by ISIS that he was somehow one of their soldiers, as you mentioned. So he is the suspect was Somali American. You do have a big group of Somali Americans here in St. Cloud, and together they have come out. They have spoken yesterday afternoon. They held 2 press conferences today. The father of the suspect was even at the press conference with the governor today, quiet, listening in. But basically, everybody on all sides are really trying to get out in front of this and saying, we're going to do this together. This isn't about a group. This is about one individual that committed this act. So there is that sense of unity from city leaders, you know, the mayor, the police chief, and people here in the Somali community.
Those are talking about the leaders, but you have noticed some issues, let's say on Twitter, from people coming from the community themselves that are not so pleased with the situation.
Right, absolutely. I mean, we were out here yesterday morning covering this story as it kind of unfolded. Investigators were here on scene, you know, digging through the apartment where the suspect lived. We were tweeting out details. And to put it quite frankly, I mean, there were some pretty nasty things that people were saying on Twitter. And I mean, that just kind of goes with the territory of social media, whatever story you're covering. And obviously people were jumping to conclusions, making assumptions, generalizing. And that, again, was something that people here in the community wanted to put an end to, whether it be on social media, Facebook, whatever it is. So yeah, I think there's some people that, you know, you shouldn't pay attention to on Twitter and Facebook that, you know, really kind of go to the extreme. And it's not just this story. I mean, we all see it.
Right. Yeah, we see it. You had like a special vantage point for the investigation. You were at the apartment complex when the FBI was there, right? What was that like? And what'd you learn?
Right, yeah. So yesterday morning, we were at the apartment complex where this suspect and his family had lived. Yesterday morning, the FBI was there, the local police authorities, they were there. They were searching 2 separate apartment units inside of the building. I happened to walk inside of the building while they were there. I observed them, you know, digging through some of the items in the apartment building. They took a computer, they took some boxes, some files. They might have been individual files they took, put in boxes, and carried those out of the apartment complex. And just observing that, I mean, it's kind of what you would expect a search to be like, you know, digging through drawers and digging through, you know, computer files and that sort of thing. So now they're taking all that, analyzing that, and the biggest thing they're trying to determine now is if this was at all pre-planned, if this was just spur of the moment. And again, you know, we can't stress enough that right now they have found absolutely no connection between the claim that ISIS has made, and they found absolutely no connection to what happened in New York and New Jersey, because as this was unfolding in New York and New Jersey here, there was a lot of speculation, but as of today, they have found no connection.
Important to remember that. All right, Dylan Woolenhouse live in St. Cloud for us tonight. Thank you so much. We appreciate your coverage on the story. And as he just mentioned today, President Barack Obama said that there is no apparent connection between the stabbings in St. Cloud and those bombings in New York and New Jersey. Over 24 people were hurt when an explosion happened in Manhattan on Saturday, and then a pipe bomb detonated before a 5K charity run. That one in New Jersey. Fortunately, nobody was hurt in that incident.
Right, and after these attacks, citizens got a first-of-its-kind alert on their cell phones and a vague message warning that the public got about the suspect. And it got us wondering if this kind of emergency text